Stay tuned, McCoys, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we get into the campaigns of Howl's Harrows. And the last time we managed to finally field the Warhammer as it strode out into battle against a whole bunch of Nidhogg gunships, actually, which was a little bit anticlimactic. However, the Warhammer, I believe, has proven itself to be fairly ridiculously awesome in many regards. It has a silver bullet Gauss rifle, ER large laser, and a whole bunch of medium lasers just for the additional fun. And because of that, I'm feeling a bit cocky, and I think that maybe we can take a little bit harder of a mission. And so we're going to throw ourselves in attempting to secure the borders. Commander, local government surveillance teams have picked up what we believe to be a signature of an active patrol of wolf mechs engaging in reconnaissance near the borders of our holdings on this planet. This is technically not a violation of our sovereignty, but it's clearly provocative. We need you to send a message by destroying the patrol of mechs. Should you encounter any other wolf units, there will be a bonus for destroying those as well. The Group 417 priority salvage, 478,800 Sea-Bills, and a 4-skull mission. This is the hardest mission we've ever taken before, and I'm kind of looking forward to the fight, just to see what we actually managed to get ourselves into. Alrighty, so dropping down with the entire Let's Destroy Clan Wolf units, we have, of course, Paradox inside the Griffin with its Arrow 4 artillery piece, anti-missile defense system, and triplet of medium lasers. Mockingbird in the Bushwhacker with its big old Gauss rifle, a whole bunch of medium pulse lasers. Jester driving the Gladiator, which has a pair of snub-nose PPCs and a pair of MML-10s. Howl in the Warhammer, which is packing, as you can see, 5 medium lasers, a re-engineered small laser, silver bullet Gauss rifle, and ER large laser, and lots of armor. Death Crusade in the Shadowhawk with its pair of MML-20s. Showboat driving the Hunchback with its heavy MRM-30 and quad medium laser battery. The Nova with being driven by Coach with twin large lasers and a Hag 20, and of course Finn in the Burna Boy for a little bit of extra scouting along, and well, probably not too much heat control simply because of the fact that I kind of doubt that we're actually going to be able to torch anybody. However, if we can cook anybody, it's going to be a clan mech, and the reason why I'm concerned is, well, it's a tundra biome, so the odds of us being able to actually sort of like slip on in, light somebody on fire, make it so they can't shoot ever again, not exactly high. But then again, clan mechs tend to be quite heavy on the energy weapons. They tend to be quite toasty, and if we get quite lucky, we might be able to slip on and kill them all, steal their stuff, and get our hands on a whole bunch more stuff. We do have a clan mech already, is a Nova, an NVA-F, so the Foxtrot variant of it. It had a Hag normally, however, we sort of leaned into the Hag a little bit more by providing it with a pair of large lasers to do, opening up of the armor. Follow that up with Hag Blast and go right on through. Alright, bring on the Warhammer on forward as well as we prepare to rock and roll. Jester will bring that up shortly behind the Gladiator. It is sort of, it's a more direct Warhammer, actually, when you stop to think about it. Yeah, it doesn't have full PPCs, it has instead a pair of snub-nose PPCs, but it very is reminiscent of the typical Warhammer design of a pair of PPCs in the arm, which will be interesting to see which direction that ends up going. We've already seen it's very effective in battle, so I can't wait to actually get it in against Clan Wolf. So, recently, PDXCon happened, and the Heavy Metal trailer dropped, which was a lot of fun, showing a whole bunch of new things, 10 brand new mechs, 2 of which are going to be for free for the entire community. Okay, we've got a Grand Summoner, a Rifleman, really? With quad large pulse lasers, and a Ripper, and the Adder. Interesting. By interesting, I mean, oh my god. You know what? Yeah, give me that Adder. Boop. Oof, washing out the entirety of the night vision. 55 damage. We have actually hit that target. Oh yeah, we hit that target. Mean debuff. Alright, so the enemy now has to respond. I would love to take a Grand Summoner intact. Look at all these LRMs and ATMs. Oh my god. We're going to have to knock this thing down before it can actually do anything. I've never actually seen a Grand Summoner before. Incoming PPCs managed to zip on right past the Griffin, ducking and avoiding them quite easily because you can see it so clearly in his scope. The Adder has been warned, however. And if I could just continue to add more artillery to the damage, I can probably get a lot of work done on this one. The Ripper, this would be a group of 4, however, clans come in stars of 5, so I'm expecting at least 1 more unit. I don't know if you're a Rifleman or a Rifleman 2C. Let's zoom and see if we have a sombrero. Yes, I think that's a sombrero. It's kind of hard to see in the dark. Yeah, it's a sombrero, so we're dealing with a Rifleman 2C, not a standard Rifleman. A little bit heavier, a little bit more powerful. So we're going to rush on in with the Nova as well. See if we can't get into some cover while we do it. Not good, not good, just in general bad. So I'm going to shut off the Gauss rifle and just Oh, managed to hit him with a large laser anyway, so the Grand Summoner has been plinked. Love to steal. I like Summoners. Thor's a really cool mix, partially because Aiden Pride is one of the few clanners that I can actually stand. But yeah, it's a very interesting mech, and I'd love to get my hands on it sometime soon. We're going to sprint on forward, see if we can't get a fairly decent shot with the rest of our weapons. 23, sure? Yeah, sure, we're not. Managed to miss both targets, however, he knows that he is under fire from a true mech now. Let's see how he responds. Finn is going to be setting up as well. I think we want to just get the Burner Boy moving. However, he's going to be very, very capable of seeing right through all of my armor, so it might not be a good idea to rush right up in front of him. I'm going to move on over here, get myself a little bit protected, somewhat in front, but still nice and close to friendly lines so that we can hopefully take advantage of our electronic countermeasure and keep ourselves from getting killed, which, you know, could very well happen. We are expecting another lance to show up. We're just going to hopefully be able to kill everybody before that lance actually does, because right now we're facing 2 clan heavies. Alright, our AMS getting on in there, providing a lot of fire support. 9 of 9, apparently. It looks like they only decided to shoot the one, which kind of surprises me to a certain extent. I would have expected a heck of a lot more firepower to go down, but apparently not. We have a pair of 15s, and I'll shoot the Grand Summoner. 20% chance, you may as well take it. We can handle the recoil. Only missed by 3% too, so just a little bit more to the left, and we would have nailed him, but apparently it was not to be. I think I want to get on close, but I will move right up here to the edge of the screen. 23% chance on the Grand Summoner. If I swapped over to my LRMs, or my SRMs, they are not within range, and 20% if I do normals. So yeah, have a bit of listen kill. Let's see if he's actually protected by an AMS. Does not appear to be, so scattering of damage all over the summoner. He is now under fire. Still have not identified number 5. And here comes the reinforcements with a whole bunch of missiles. With any luck, we're not dealing with mines. If we are dealing with mines, pain will ensue. Apparently our AMS actually got involved with that one. We're dealing with a summoner off of the mech, so we've got a summoner and a grand summoner. The grand summoner is 70 tonnage, the normal summoner is 65. Pulse lasers blitzing down on the Griffin. Most of them actually managed to miss, so that's actually really good for us. So we've got at least 8 to 10 units currently charging down on us, which has me more than a little concerned. We're going to hopefully be able to get within range to kill everybody, but no promises at this point. I'm going to target you. Turn on that just in case. 20%. Yeah, give them a little bit of love. 2 PPCs, both of them unfortunately managed to miss. We're going to have to close to a much closer range, and in order to do that we have to cross no man's land, which is going to be uncomfortable, to put it mildly. Slip on forward, 0.9%. Just no good accuracy is happening here today. In that case, we're just going to wait, because I can't afford to waste my Apollo missiles just yet. We'll need to save them until the proper moment. There's a Viper. Okay, so we do have number 5. So that is the star, a Viper, a Grand Summoner, an Adder, a Ripper, and a Rifleman. Although, actually, no, that would make it a Nova, because it's mechs mixed with vehicles. So not a star, a Nova. A little bit small difference. It's just the difference of adding in a vehicle or 2 into it. Kind of similar to the Inner Sphere Augmented Lance, although slightly smaller. Got more PPCs incoming. Luckily for us, managed to miss by 18 and 19%. So the Griffin is feeling fine. I'd like to get that Griffin to start lobbing more fire onto things. A second Viper. Okay. This may actually be part of the scout lance from the back group over here. Several more missiles incoming. However, our AMS in the field. No trouble at all, just knocking out all 5 of the shots that were about to hit the Burner Boy. So that is why we brought the AMS. We probably need more. The Warhammer has a clan AMS on board, so it's a little bit better defended, but I would be very interested in being able to provide even more protection for my peoples. If I were to jump and surge on forward, I could actually get a side angle shot. Not that it would help me, but, you know, every little bit helps, just a little bit. We will bounce on forward, be very aggressive, get good lines of sight on everybody, and I think what I want to do is I want to lay down a sensor lock on the Grand Summoner, because I don't think he's going to move all that quickly, and I want to be able to basically knock out the effectiveness of his weapon systems. I can attempt the Torchy Torch, so we shall. Just send all the fire we can, and if we miss, we may end up hitting the Ripper, which would be awesome. Unfortunately, it was not to be. Enemy response, I'm hoping it's not the Grand... It's the Grand Summoner! You're the one guy I didn't want to move, because I wanted to move my Griffin up before that happened. Luckily for me, you decided to engage us with all of your missiles, which actually worked out okay. The Griffin took a couple of nasty hits on that one, but for the most part, we shot down the important ones. And he spread out his fire a little bit, so we've managed to shoot down quite a few with the AMS. However, we're going to have to be a little bit more careful about that. I need more. I got to put my Pirate AMS on something soon, because the amount of missiles that it can shoot down is absolutely ridiculous, and having one of those would basically make me invulnerable to damage. Maybe I'll put it on a brand new Grand Summoner. Okay, that was a little bit dark. Shadowhawk or Paradox in the Griffon. Paradox does not have shoot and scoot, so I must scoot and then shoot. So what I plan to do is get myself into a little bit of cover. I don't want to move too far away from my allies, but I do want to spread this out just a little bit. And, oh, that's actually really good accuracy. You know what I'm going to do? Yep, that Grand Summoner's about to get everything. Didn't get all that close, but we got within the neighborhood, and the Grand Summoner has been bombed by our Arrow 4 artillery already. So the sensor lock helping out with getting good data on that one. Hopefully that'll make it even easier for the Shadowhawk itself to move on up and maybe even torch him down. It's going to depend. It looks like he didn't generate any heat doing his full missile barrage. Got a Grinner moving in off on the corner. Oh yeah, you're the normal summoner. Oh, as you... Hey, we got a Timberwolf. We have a Timberwolf. We can't really see much about this Timberwolf because he's beyond my effective range. So we don't know what he has for weapons or ears, but... Oh yeah, we're dealing with the cream of the clan crop. So I think what we want to do is my accuracy from here would be 40%. How about if I charged? I think I want to do it. I am going to run through the road. And the reason why we're going to do this is we're going to be incredibly aggressive. I'm going to switch these over to SRMs for 60% accuracy. Do I go for the penetrators? I think I do. We're going to go with full listen kill because so far I haven't seen an EMS. I'm going to see if I can't dig on through. I've got 40 shots with SRMs. Make it happen. Oh, the accuracy is good. Structure exposed, which is going to be extra fun, especially with the hag as it comes up. And guess who's got a hag ready to go? Now, I could shoot sort of into the back of my own friend, but if I sprinted to get a little bit closer, I might be able to bring the hag into a slightly better position. So we are sort of stacking ourselves. Oh, only 24%. Blast. Anyway, why? Because the hag shoots like that. It's used in big old clusters, which happen to deal damage to everything. So we're starting to move the line up. We do have to cross this no man's land, which is going to be quite frustrating to do so. So I'm trying to move us up sort of in stages. Unfortunately, it's only the arm. So really kind of hoping we had a side torso open, but that apparently is not going to happen. But we're really close to actually stripping the defense away from the Grand Summoner. So we might be able to get some interesting work done. Pulse laser fire just blitzing down on the Bushwhacker. Kind of lucky for us. The Bushwhacker, very well armored, at least as far as our mechs go. Also in cover when it was very evasive. So I can't say it was a wasted shot, but it certainly didn't help him a huge amount. If I get a good shot on this Ripper, I got to take it down because it's providing ECM coverage to everybody, and that's dangerous. In close, I think I can beat the crap out of most of these guys. I think. They do have ER PPCs though, which makes life a little bit more painful. With any luck, we're going to be looking at a lot of people who have LRMs, although clan LRMs are still effective at close range. Shoot. I'm not quite sure how we're going to beat our way through this, because we are definitely outgunned here. The Murder Boy taking a lot more fire, luckily for us. Extra evasive, not able to be actually connected with, which makes me feel a little bit more confident moving forward. Howl, yeah, I think I want the Warhammer in, because the Warhammer could potentially get a side angle shot. Can it? Yeah, that's the side angle I'm looking for. And if I take aim, you know what? We're going to turn this sucker fully on. Warlorded to the max. And let's set the Silver Bullet gas to cluster mode for maximum accuracy. See if we can't knock him down. And we managed him with quite a few pellets. ATM ammunition explosion. Now he is a clan mech, of course, which means he has the armor of clan mechs, which automatically has a case on board. But as you can see, we managed to tear out half the Grand Summoner already, and he is vulnerable to being knocked down. So let's zip on in and push him over. So the Bushwhacker's going to come in, see if he can't get a good penetrating hit on this one. And that's a hit with a Gauss Rifle and a fairly decent follow-up with the pulse lasers. That's going to push the Summoner on the ground. Full-on knockdown, managed to get the largest mech so far on the ground, although I don't know if you're 75 tons or just 70 tons, the Rifleman. So he's on the ground. Only he apparently didn't take an injury from the ammunition explosion, but that is definitely going to make life just a little bit easier for us. I can move in forward with the Gladiator, hopefully to take advantage of this next shot. I will zoom right on in here. And do I have an angle? I have an angle. Oh, so tempted to go for the head. We're only dealing 48 damage, and he's got full armor, so it wouldn't actually go through. Target that center torso, and I only have standard ones, so we're going to Warlord it. Because, yeah, I want to take this thing out before he can stand back up. Get some damage down, make him cry. He's not feeling all that afraid. Unfortunately, well, okay, he's feeling a tad unsettled, but I would prefer it if he were like, oh my god, I gotta get out of the mech. Apparently that is not to be. I will take the defensive position right here in the forest. I can't get much closer anyway, so we're gonna target the center torso and just light him up. And there we go, engine destroyed, ferrofibers destroyed, Omni-Mech crit. I don't know if we blew up the whole mech. I think we did, but... So that is 20% of the initial wolf units down. That is the heaviest mech down. We've taken minimal damage so far, but that is just an invitation to get shot at a lot. So, Adder's coming in, got a Timberwolf coming in. That'll be the heaviest thing out there now, I believe. I think it's 75 tons. So that's going to be incredibly painful to deal with once it actually gets into the fight. Of course, we're going to want to make sure that the Rifleman is dead before that actually happens. The Rifleman, of course, very well equipped with lots of fire support weapons. As you can see, of course, well, you can't see it now, but as we know, the quad large pulse lasers, which are accurate and scary in many, many ways. We have, however, taken out their biggest LRM threat so far. However, most Timberwolves tend to be equipped with some form of missile, so we are going to make sure that we are in close in time. The Adder coming on forward, just stopping, deciding he doesn't want to actually get too involved in the combat. Looks like we're going to get totally beat out by the Rifleman, unfortunately. Mockingbird is going to outspeed it in the Bushwhacker, so we might be able to take some cover and maybe a pot shot or two at the mech. After all, it didn't move, so we have an opportunity to maybe get something down. Maybe we'll get really lucky and we'll headshot it. Can you imagine just stealing the entirety of a clan Rifleman 2? That would be amazing. Well, 2C. But we got to figure out what they want to do. On phase 24, haven't yet made it to the Ripper, and comes to Paradox. Paradox in his Griffin, moving very quickly, which is kind of the plan of when I brought him up. It's like, I want to make sure that I will have somebody who can operate very quickly and very aggressively, and Paradox is most certainly our guy. All right, let's take aim. I don't want to cook just yet. Do I have a shot at the Rifleman? I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a target ground location, and we're going to attempt to avoid shooting our own people. And we're going to drop it right on there and turn off the medium lasers just to keep the temperature under control. Keep the AMS on, of course, and incoming. There we go. Looks like a fairly good hit. Ripper didn't get shot down, which would have been cool. But yeah, a little bit more damage onto the Rifleman itself. Now it needs to worry. Can't do any damage to it on the head, unlike the Harebrained Schemes Rifleman. Or not Rifleman, but the Harebrained Schemes mech. Thumper cannon, that's the thing. I recently did a breakdown video on that. Viper D coming forward, not all that worried. It is, after all, a Viper. Vipers have very limited pod space. They just do not have the capability to do a ton on that one. But what I do have the capability at the moment to do right now, see if I can't rush up this mountainside. If I want to go after the Rifleman, I'm going to have to get either an obstructed shot, which is less than good, or an exposed location further back. I'm going to take the obstructed shot just to see what I can get managed down. 24% chance to hit. Yeah, I'm going to blast it. Hit him twice. As long as I can get a little bit of damage down, that's kind of the goal on that one. I think I might end up baiting him into shooting at the Bushwhacker, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The Bushwhacker's still rather tough, but the closer we get, the more accurate those large pulse lasers are going to be, and the more dangerous it's going to be. Adder Prime, twin PPCs, still not in range, which is good. And we can bring the Burna Boy on in, and he hasn't been generating any heat. And that really has me worried. Okay, I have to make sure that I'm traveling fast enough to not get tagged, but at the same time, not come over that mountain in order to get tagged. Really, it's a bit of a lose-lose situation. You know what? We're very evasive. We haven't taken much damage, and we're not all that bad on instability. I am going to reserve, and that's going to give the motion over to the Rifleman to see what he wants to do with it. He is a master tactician, though, which means he's lost his instability on that one. Summoner coming jumping around, going to open fire on the Griffin, but the Griffin's AMS in position to blast most of that away. Did not care for your shenanigans at all, sir. And that opens up Jester. So Jester in this Gladiator apparently is going to actually outspeed the Rifleman, which really does surprise me. I'm going to move over to the side angle shot and see if I can get something done on that Adder before too much hell breaks loose. Managed to get a hit with the missiles only, I think. And we did get a couple of hits on his damaged leg from the earlier arrow strike. Incoming pulse laser fire on the Hunchback. Quite a few shots actually managed to connect, which is very unfortunate. However, it should still be standing after all. It's a very tough Hunchback, maximally armored. However, the arm is getting quite thin, and the arm is containing half of my medium lasers. Ace Pilot shifting on forward very slightly, going evasive, and Howl is going to come right on in for him, because Howl wants some blood. Can come in off to a side angle right here. We shall take it because there's not much point not trying to go for it. Accuracy terrible. Accuracy also not good. I want to take out the Rifleman, but you might be easier pickings. So we got to fire, see if we can't get some good shots on that leg. Also see potentially maybe we shoot down the helicopter. Was not to be. Hopefully I didn't break the gun. You're not it. I can't read around the arm. Okay, the prototype gas rifle is still operating perfectly fine in cluster mode, which is very, very helpful. We're apparently going all in on this on this poor little Adder. The accuracy's got to be terrible, but hey, it's such is life and all such. Blast away, just gotta hit it. Gotta hit that leg enough times to knock it over. but it definitely is being a very difficult shot to make. One of our MMLs unfortunately has jammed, which is extra special and good, and I don't have it in a position where I can actually go after our buddy up there, the helicopter, which is just currently jamming the crap out of everybody. I could go inside of you, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just keep on the fire, see if you can't get some hits on that leg. Blow it apart is the goal, but apparently they're being very evasive, and that's not good. Shadow, not Shadow, Showboat. Showboat, can I see? Oh, he's very well protected, unfortunately. I don't actually have an angle where I can go after him. The helicopter, I mean. The Ripper up there is currently playing havoc with my targeting systems. I'm just going to keep the fire on, see if I can't manage to get a couple of lucky shots, because I should only need a few in order to knock his leg off. It's not like he has much left in there. Right, Finn, the burner boy, is going to come right up top on this guy next to him. Hi, buddy. I'm coming with all the fire. Maybe we'll get lucky and torch this guy with this guy. There goes his leg. He's on the ground. Plus, you know, 70 heat, which is always a little bit of a bonus. May actually be worth trying to torch the rifleman. Oh, I hope I positioned myself to be able to go after the rifleman as well. I did, okay. I can just burn you out to death. However, I think I'm going to go after you because I have the accuracy in order to do it. I also have shoot and scoot, so yeah. Light this rifleman on all the fire if you can. Missed a couple of times, plus 60 heat. I don't know if that's going to have a huge effect, but hopefully it'll have something. So we're going to zip in back over here into cover. And hopefully they are not having too good of a time with that. Should have a fairly easy time shooting down the Adder Prime on this one. Like, that's the hope. Viper moving off in the background, shifting on quite nicely. Facing 2 full stars of clan mechs is kind of scary. They outnumber me by 2 mechs, and also, you know, they're clan mechs, which means they're very well designed. Another Adder Prime coming on in, not in range just yet. Jester in the Gladiator. I don't think I want that. I want somebody with a lot of shooting, but kind of not you. If you were to shoot this round, 94 damage. Center torso, blow it apart. That might be the plan. Probably won't actually kill him. Go for the leg. Also probably won't kill him. Plus, you know, I've only got a 52% chance of that actually happening. Or I could force on you. We'll switch over to Inferno rounds. I'm going to see if I can shove you over the heat threshold enough in order to actually take real command on this one. It's a shame my other missiles aren't set up. Plus, you know, starting to heat all over the place. Yeah, he's way over the line now. That'll make him hopefully extra vulnerable. Shift on back very slightly and be in a position to engage next round. If he wants to move, he's going to have to move through plus 30 heat. Now, he can sink 60 heat at the very least based on his normal internal heat sinks. However, he may also have more than that. Oh, it's a Wolfhound. Right, I forgot about that. Grinners are Wolfhounds. Right, so my MMLs are back online, and I do have a pair of PPCs. The shot is good, but it's not that good, so you know what? I'm going to see if I can't rip you in two. Your shoulder is currently very exposed, and the other shoulder also pretty exposed. So I'm going to go for the side torso right here, and hope that that works. And it did. Right torso, left torso, that kills the mech, because it destroyed the engine on that one. This will allow us to shift on forward. I don't think I want... Actually, no, I don't think I mind too much about getting into the force. We should be able to manage it for a turn. So moving up forward, aggressively in his face with snub-nosed PPCs, and the Ripper shifting off well to the side, coming right in close on us. That may have been a mistake. Now, he is no longer evasive. Well, I mean, he is no longer... You know, in his own group, but he will be quite evasive. Dropping some firebombs down on top of the Shadowhawk, I don't think that's going to do a whole heck of a lot. Alright, good. Mockingbird in the Bushwhacker could actually come after you. And how accurate would that be? Oh, that would be really accurate. So what I'm going to... I need that back shot, and I'm going to have that back shot. Yes, we're risking a lot in order to make this shot, but if I can knock him out of the sky... Oh, we nailed him with a Gauss rifle. And there goes some of that electronic countermeasure protection. Alright, so the only protection currently being laid down now, I think, is by the rifleman, which we are, of course, going to want to keep a massive amount of firepower going on up against. Shift over slightly to the side should give me a pretty rough angle, but I'm going to push it as best as I can. Get some fire down, a couple of large lasers, and a few shots from the Hag, but nothing too much to stick just yet. When he moves, this will be interesting to see how much heat he generates, but I think I can shut him down in the next round. I think I have the technology. Advanced AMS once again kicking in, saving the Gladiator from having to take any damage. 10 of those missiles would have impacted on us, but because we had the Advanced AMS definitely coming in with that fire support, and I think I want to start laying in a bit of fire support on my own on those people who are starting to come up the path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift over like so, not moving all that fast, but at the end of the day, the goal is to make you guys stop. So we'll lob an arrow 4 off in that direction and nail a couple of the mechs. We're going to start shaving some damage onto them. If I were to fire at the rifleman, we're just a little bit too close. And so it would end up splashing most of our people. Part of the downside of having several mechs that kind of want to get into close gladiatorial range. Pulse lasers coming down on the Griffin. Ooh. Boy, that armor ate quite a bit of damage. Managing to still hold just barely onto that. Good job right there in the Griffin Paradox. Heat is critical. Heat is starting to go up. All right, so we will be able to take advantage of that. The Hunchback, you didn't move, my friend, and that I'm going to capitalize on. Shifting the Hunchback on forward with, of course, you have all kinds of accuracy reductions. I'm going to shut off a pair of medium lasers because it's the Apollo MRM that's the real show here. So blasting everything we've got on into him, see if we can't start stacking up a little bit of evasion. Howl should be able to bring her Warhammer in nice and close on this one. Hi, buddy. I'm going to get within point blank range. Hi. Cluster mode is engaged, 66% accuracy. Let's see how much you like this. And that's the stability I was looking for. Upper leg has been destroyed. It's been made unsteady. Silver bullet gauss damage has misfired. Alright, that is very unfortunate. We're going to have to set that thing to normal mode because attempting to do that again could possibly blow the entire thing up. We are going to be able to knock this thing down and cook it, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Got the Summoner still coming on in. He is the next target. It is a Summoner Prime at 70 tons. I thought you were 65. Apparently not. Viper coming back in. He looks like he was scouting along the edges to try and make sure that he had a decent position all set up on it. Ideally, I'd like to move in first with my Burner Boy because if the Burner Boy can get in first, I can torch him out. But if not, then I'm currently looking at trying to knock this guy over. Your upper leg was destroyed, but apparently not. In any event, I'm going to see if I can't knock you over. Let's blitz him with everything we've got. Oh, I missed with one of the PPCs. If we had hit with both, that would have worked. Unfortunately, he did not. We did manage to damage his systems quite nicely. I'm going to fall back a little bit, back into cover here, and wait for him to see how he's going to react. Hopefully, he doesn't get to move first. 22. He is on 18 or 16. Yeah, Finn's going to be able to move before him, and we'll just run right up at the Burner Boy and light him on all the fire. Hopefully shut him down before anything too terrible can happen to us. Because if I can shut him down, I'm also going to take out all of his electronic countermeasure, and if I own the top of the hill, oh, we're going to be able to shoot down on the enemy, and that's going to be a joyful thing. However, this Summoner is coming up awfully gosh darn quick, so if we don't take this situation in hand soon, well, we're going to get a little bit surrounded. I am very worried about where that Timberwolf is, because I do not see it, and it concerns me. Grinner shifting along to the side. Is he going to open fire? Doesn't look like he's got a shot just yet, but he may just be deciding which of these juicy targets he wants the most. This adder also will probably be in a position to move to the side soon. And the Warhammer's laser AMS getting in on the party. You shoot at the Warhammer, you're going to have an awfully hard time. Now that he's going to start cooking the mech a little bit more, so we are going to want to sort of be a little bit aware of that, but hopefully things will work out exactly as intended. Which is to say, hopefully they won't be able to get anything done on me. Gotta run in, so I'm point blank range. Yeah, that is gonna have negative effects on my full-on accuracy. I will lay down a sensor lock to make sure you're extra easy to kill, because I want to make sure that you don't get away, my little friend. Hi, light him on the fire. Come on, I need enough hits in order to shove that heat gauge. That's the heat gauge. Mech has shut down. There goes the electronic countermeasure, and now I can come in, not with you, but you. Nova's in a position, going after the side. He is currently offline. I'm going to target the head, because why? Actually, no, we'll target the shoulder, because that's where he's weak. Blast away. And structure exposed, shoulder destroyed. That's going to max out his stability, and over he goes. Rifleman 2C is now vulnerable. All right, -3 initiative. Wow, so only -7 despite the fact that he fell down, which is rather impressive, actually. We're going to pull the Nova on back a little bit. Death Crusade can now sort of come up here if he wants to. I think we're going to lob some fire, though, with the Griffin. So do another called shot right on top of the Summoner. And a gift from me to you. Good splash damage all around. He is now under all of the fire. Death Crusade can come up, and I think we're just going to lay down a heck of a lot more firepower into him, because he's very vulnerable from where we're sitting, and he's got no electronic countermeasure currently going down on him. So shift on right in close. We're going to switch over to the normal SRMs for the additional damage, and let's blow off his arm to make sure he doesn't have as many clan large pulse lasers. Oh, apparently that just blew up his engine. Nice job. Alright, so Rifleman 2C is currently offline, which is lovely. Also looks like we got our MML unjammed just in time for the Thor to show up. We should be able to absolutely blitz it with all the heat control that we have. Here comes the Summoner. PPC, and don't you have an Ultra Autocannon? Aren't you PPC Ultra Autocannon LRM-15? Apparently he decided he didn't want to fire his Ultra Autocannon 10. So that'll actually work out quite nicely for us. We should be able to hopefully run up to him, torch him with all the fire, because I'm not seeing any ECM going down just yet, but I am a little bit paranoid about it. Still don't see that Timberwolf. It disappeared. And that's a concerning thing when you stop to think about it. It's like, wait a second. Wait, there it is. Oh, it's hanging way back. It's going full on sniper mode, which is more than a little concerning to us, actually. I think I'm going to shift in right here. We're going to move the Warhammer on forward. Need to set the Silver Bullet Gauss back onto normal mode to prevent it from misfiring again. Actually, I have a fairly good shot of the Ripper Blast, or the Viper. Missed, which would have been really cool if we managed to nail it, but unfortunately not. Large laser, however, did manage to plant itself what appeared to be right between its shoulder blades, so we may actually have a kill shot on this one, should I rush for it. And I think I'm gonna give it a chance. I've got a 44% according to this one, and that is an accurate setting. Activate all the weapons we're gonna cook on this one. See if I can't manage to kill this guy before he can get away. Ooh, managed to get an XL engine crit and an Omni crit. So if we actually manage to blow off one of his side torsos, he will be dead. Because he's already got one crit down on him, and we can just add up even more. Gonna move my Bushwhacker on forward. Reduces movement and stability. That's not preferable. But I need that extra accuracy bonus. Shift on forward and give me... Oh, the Gauss Rifle has such a good shot on him. I'm gonna pulse everything. Just, come on, give me the kill, give me the kill, give me the kill. Ah, just barely. This Viper is so close to being dead, but not quite. We gave up quite a few rounds of trying to instead shoot at him. I'm kind of hoping he'll come on forward so I can really cook him, and then we'll be able to light him on all the fire. Viper running away does not want any more of that damage that was coming towards him. This Adder Prime, a little bit worried about. This Grinner, also a little bit worried about. But the two Vipers are kind of, well, they're not out of the fight. This Viper absolutely could get in somewhere around here and just blitz me with a whole bunch of medium pulse lasers or something, or just medium lasers. It doesn't have that much pod space. Timberwolf shifting on forward. Okay, we're looking at large pulse lasers and then a couple... Oh, head hit injury ignored, however, because the Bushwhacker is currently equipped with an armored cowl. Keeps us nice and protected. So we're going to want to kill the summoner soon before the Timberwolf starts getting some real accurate fire in. Because right now, this is proving to be very, very dangerous. We do have 80% of the initial Clan Wolf units dead, which is very helpful. However, we need to get the rest of the Clan Wolf units dead. Luckily for us, 4 of them are very light. 2 of them, however, are very heavy. So we're going to have to take care of them, hopefully in good time. Alright, I think it's time to go full on Infernos, because it's time to shut you down, buddy. So get him within point blank range. I want to make sure that I can see the whites of his eyes when I open fire. So evasive in terrain, and you know what? That would end my turn. But I'm going to EW ping probably very soon. Oh, it's only an LB10. I thought it was a UX. Anyway, fire everything. Let's see if we can heat this problem up a little bit. Plus 80 heat, which is lovely. And, you know, we started to fire all over the rest of the place, so he's going to have to deal with that heat. And he's got a PPC, which ain't exactly the coolest of weapons ever. So the Timberwolf, is that up just yet? Doesn't look like it. On 23. Looks like he's not moving till 18, which means I outspeed him with quite a few people. However, Jester's not going to be able to move ahead of him, and Howl is probably going to be intertwined with him. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. The Nova can shift on forward. In fact, the Nova has a fairly decent accurate shot over in that corner, but we're probably not going to be able to take it. I'm going to shift on forward. 33, 46, and... yeah, not worth it. Okay, give me that summoner. So pulse lasers plus a couple of hag shots on into him. I'm going to start laying in the damages. If I can manage to get some good crits on him before things actually break out, that would be great. Now we are targeting his left arm, which is of course his PPC arm. His right arm has the LB10 as well, and his shoulder has of course those LRM15s. Adder shifting on forward, still doesn't have a target. Burna Boy gonna come in, see if he can add to the melee, and I'm gonna see if I can. Yep, that appears to be a position where I will not actually be spotted by the very unfriendly Timberwolf in the background. Let's see if we can light him on more fire. Come on, just a little bit of luck and some tenderness. Plus 36 heat. That's not as much as I was hoping for. I was hoping to completely shut him down before he could do anything. The Bushwhacker is close to cooking, so we're gonna have to take that into account moving forward, especially after that head hit. It's very concerning to me when my pilots start taking head hits, but I am going to shift on forward, see if we can't get even more damage down. I will shut off the pulse laser because I want to make sure that I deal a little bit more damage, but keep ourselves under heat. Missed with the Gauss Rifle, which is unfortunate. But we did manage to touch the summoner with one of our lasers, which is kind of helpful. Paradox can come on forward with the Griffin. Actually, what Paradox could start doing is like counter artillery fire, which might be the right way to go. All right, we're going to shift on forward over here. 1.5, 10.5, 46, 39. You have a chance. Make it happen. Boom, baby! And there goes his entire left leg. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't actually hit him. So he's not dead, but he is on the ground, and the Viper now knows that he's in trouble. So we are cooking a little bit. We're going to want to get that under control soon, especially with the ECM going down over here. I'm going to need another salvo shooting at the very least from the Shadowhawk, assuming that, of course, the Shadowhawk is still... Ooh, both of its MMLs are still active, so we can actually burn him down. That will be very helpful. Assuming, of course, we get the opportunity, we might be killed. Because do not underestimate the power of a clan mech that is on fire. He's going to move right up and not do a gosh darned thing. Really? Okay. Do I have I do not have a single shot, and I don't want to run for it. So we're just going to walk on in here. Hi, I've got an okay shot, so I'm not going to use Warlord just yet, but have my laser light. All of this ECM proving to be quite unpleasant. We are cooking a little bit, and I do want to avoid cooking too much. I could actually punch with Juggernaut in order to get my heat under control. So if I were to just shoot you, we're looking at 44%. Shut off the medium lasers to get that under control. And it's going to be possible, so give him the love.
Here we go.
All the Apollo-guided missiles right on into him. A decent amount of damage on that one. And cooking. Not cooking. Oh, apparently still cooking, so we're going to have to take care of that in the next round because I don't want to threaten blow that thing up too badly. All right, get the Gladiator on forward. I think we're going to get right up close and personal and say hello. So, hi, my friend. 39%? Not enough to make me want to use the snubs in Warlord mode just yet. So we will fire PPC. Managed to nail him with one of them, which will be the sensor negative effect. And he is chilling out quite quickly, which is very scary, just how fast this guy can get his temperature under control. The Burner Boy is... I really want to save the Burner Boy for after the Shadowhawk. He's moving at 20, though. I may not have that chance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift on over here to the side. It's not a very fast move, but fire! Come on, all the heat, all the heat, all the heat. Structure exposed, plus 44 more heat. Heat is critical. If the Shadowhawk outspeeds him, I can take him. Grinner going to move right over to the side and not actually get involved in the fight. I don't know if he's a mercenary and just decided he didn't want to be here, but I know that the Grinner is actually pretty dangerous for what he does. So going to want to keep an eye on that because that is very concerning what he's going to be doing to me. So yeah, not exactly pleased with that. Well, actually no, I'm very pleased with the fact that he didn't shoot at me, but... Oh. The Grinner's the source of the electronic countermeasure. Huh, interesting. Adder Prime going to come up. Is he going to shoot at the back of the Burner Boy? No, the Shadowhawk. We managed to get in our back on that one. That was incredibly dangerous because the Shadowhawk is very vulnerable. Has all of his weapons in the same torso, which makes things not exactly what you might call safe. Oh yeah, he got through most of that. That's very, very concerning. About to get fired from a long range from the Timberwolf, I imagine. Yes, as it tries to position itself sort of on its kingly rock, blasting at the Nova, managed to nail us with one of those large lasers, and the pulses managed to ripple off the Nova's hull, but we are somewhat okay. So still doing all right. Paradox with the Griffin. You know what? Can I just call? Yeah, I'm gonna move for it because we have to be a little bit careful about what we're doing. Take aim, not at you, but at you. It's a 65% chance to hit with that missile. Oh, come on. We have to take the shot. 60 damage plus all the structure. You know what? No, the arrow is a bit too much. Right. So he's got an ER small, 2 ER medium, streak 6. His center armor is almost penetrated, but not quite. And we are almost out of AMS ammunition. I'm really kind of irritated that his front armor is now facing me. Buzzsaw off the arm, I suppose, with your medium lasers. Can I get 3 on? I cannot. So yeah, two medium lasers off towards his arm. See if you can't blow it off. There it goes. Managed to destroy 2 of his ER medium lasers. It'll make him a little less dangerous. Nothing too serious. It's a bit unfortunate that he's actually on his back because a single shot to his back probably would kill him. Hi, you're standing in front of me, and I'm a warlord this one. So just to make sure that you understand. Twin PPCs now on the target with the follow-up of the SRMs, and we're going to shift on back to be nice and safe. We do have an adder sort of in our background, which is very concerning to me. Adder's not exactly safe to be there, because as you can see, they nearly killed my Shadowhawk. Moving on 20, so this is definitely going to be the Summoner's time to shine. He will probably be able to, well, he is going to be able to chill out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to, unless he moves somebody else, which I really severely hope. No, I didn't think he would. Oh, wow. Nailing the Griffin on that one with just all the fire. His heat is critical. He did not chill out from that one. And that, my friend, is going to be your last mistake. Alright, so I want to be very careful about not turning too much to give that adder a shot on me, while at the same time providing the perfect angle to shoot. So, Inferno SRMs, let them burn. I don't care about the damage. That's what I care about. So, the summoner's offline, and it's almost over on the back. Right, so the Nova needs to probably deal with this little problem over here, because you know what, dude? You are just too gosh darn dangerous to be left alive. Can I have a outside minimum range shot? That's covered. That's minimum range. Oh, that's actually somewhat irritating. That, I suppose, we'll have to do. And I do have a shot at the back of the Grinner, too, should I decide to take the shot. Decent, not good, not good, decent. Blast away. Managed to get a couple of hits on the outer prime. I do want to probably take him out before he actually really gets in here and rips too much into me. I do have a little bit of time now to deal with this now that the summoner is completely offline, so please, flankers, go away. Lots of laser shots. He managed to get a battle computer critical on that one, so apparently that was destroyed. And Showboat. Yeah, do me a favor, Showboat. Right on top of him. You got the MRMs for the job. And, of course, we do need to get back under temperature, so fire. Single laser and all of the heavy MRMs. There goes an ERPPC. There goes most of his entire left side. Alright, so we have you mostly under control, and that means just Mockingbird can come in here with the pulse lasers. Even the Gauss rifle if they want, which they do. Missed with the Gauss rifle, of course, but the pulse lasers managed to get a fairly decent splash on through. He's almost fallen over, and hey, he gets to stand up, and he's got no armor in his back. So actually coming into the fight might be a bit of a mistake for you, but I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to live your life. But we are in a fairly decent position. The fact that the summoner is pretty much offline and with maximum stability problems is going to be pretty nice to deal with. Looks like the Viper limping back on in, firing a single ER small laser, not able to connect with the Griffin, although the Griffin did take a fairly massive hit in the last round. But I think that's a cycle back to start. Alright, round 9, phase 28. And is that going to be a Viper moving off in the distance? Could be both Vipers for all we know. I would like to kill this Adder Prime before he can move. Yeah, the Viper's going flying forward, absolute. And I think that was machine guns. Oh, I didn't realize the Vipers had machine guns. Maybe I should, but didn't cause too much damage. Although, from that initial hit from the summoner, that was pretty massive anyway. Am I going to be able to speed anybody? No, 26. My next is 22, which I kind of doubt we're going to be able to get done. Showboat, of course, on 19, so that's probably not going to happen. They're probably deciding what to do with the Viper right now, or maybe the Grinner. I mean, there are a couple of other options. Could be all the way out here, the Timberwolf. And apparently I get to move first. Excellent. So what I could do is just move right up on top of you and blitz you with all my fire. Unfortunately, the close range bonus is rather massive. Doesn't matter. Gonna take it anyway. Hi, buddy. And more fire, and that's gonna be a whole ton of engine crits, but more importantly, he doesn't have a leg anymore, so he's going down on the ground. So off you get. Lovely. So that's a whole ton of minus initiatives. He ain't moving anytime soon. So this, of course, means the Grinner will now probably move, unless it's one of these guys. Because I don't think that the Timberwolf outsped me that quickly. Holy crap. So managed to shoot down most of all of those missiles. Not concerned at all. Apparently he only fired 18, so that's probably ATMs of some description. The Burner Boy is going to... Well, I could just run up back here and scorch him. That would be a heck of a scorching. You know, yeah, let's do it. Alright, hi buddy. You are quite dangerous, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down... She should lay a sensor lockdown on you, but you've already gone. So sensor lockdown on the Grinner, just to make sure that we have it a little bit more accurate going in this round. We will, of course, take care of the summoner on the ground in a little bit. But first I want to make sure that everybody else is not having a good day. Speaking of not having good days, really, Howl could come in and kill anybody the Howl wanted. Walk on over here. Could kill the summoner right now. Warlord the... Yeah, let's Warlord the Grinner. Right, maximum damage on this Grinner. See if we can't kill him before he can do anything. Unfortunately, missed with the Gauss rifle again. Kind of to be expected, of course. The Gauss rifle did crit itself because we fired it when it was not great condition. And so we're going to need a little bit more fire support in order to make sure that it goes down. Paradox, I'm going to have to save you, but Death Crusade can actually move right up on here, and we'll just use normal SRMs, because I think that'll finish him off. So, not LRMs. So, listen, kill SRMs. And, yeah, buddy, goodbye. Yeah, that's just a little bit too much firepower for anybody to take. So the Grinner's out, and now we can focus on killing, hopefully, everybody else. I've got 19 and 18 still coming, so I do have targets that can take care of the adder, which means the griffin can, of course, attack the ground. Oh, great. Shut off those. Turn on that. Attack the ground. See if you can't hit the back of that. And a little bit more damage onto him. I don't know if I can get back hits or not, but it does amuse me a little bit. Alright, the Hunchback will, of course, target the very much downed and now very, very dead Adder Prime. Kill him. Everything we've got focused into one very, very dead mech. So, right torso. So both torsos have been destroyed. There goes another mech. And we are going to cook a little bit, which is just fine. We'll move this a little bit closer into position, because it is a good thing that it can get shot at now, because it's mostly heavily armored. That frees up Mockingbird and the Bushwhacker to move on over here, which can then, I suppose, sprint, because we're probably only going to take a Gauss Rifle shot at the next target. So probably not a Pulse Laser job. Nope, not indeed. We're going to chill out a little bit with that one. And I'm going to hit him with the single Gauss Rifle shot. Made him unsteady, which he really can't afford to be now that I'm... Oh yeah, I do need to take care of you. Right. I don't have any temperature problems, so... How bad is your armor? Attack your left side is what I want. So left is right. Oh, I am in a position, okay. I'm going to go after the side. See if I can't give you a boot to the leg. It will knock you over if it doesn't kill you. So, yeah, buddy. 41 damage right onto the mech. Ka-lang.
Reporting critical hit.
And he's panicking. Apparently he didn't fall over. His overheat was a failure. Apparently, no, he did not fall over, although it seemed like a pretty far shoo-in on that one. That really surprises me. Viper coming bouncing on in aggressively. Going to fire everything it's got into the Burner Boy, which fairly decent shot, all things considered. So we are going to have to keep an eye on that one. Back up to the top phase, 30 down to 25. So I doubt that I'm going to be able to outspeed many things. He's down to 15, which means I can take care of him with all of my peoples. But I would like to get the pilot to eject, even though half the mech has currently ejected from. I don't know if the Grand Summoner and the Normal Summoner can build onto each other. That will be a very interesting thing to find out. If it can, I may actually be able to get myself a Clan Mech Summoner. Alright, Finn.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, the Burner Boy. So what you're going to do is you're going to run around over here to this side of the mech where he still has a whole ton of armor. And you're going to do your very best not to light the rest of him on fire, just his arm, okay? Because we're trying to panic him and get him to bail. And he bailed already. So he's on out of there. That's most of that mech right there. So maybe all the parts to a summoner? I don't know. I mean, he is missing an entire torso, which means it's no more than 4. And lots of fire coming in on the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk's starting to eat quite a bit of fire. I think the Timberwolf has realized it kind of needs to get involved in this fight if it wants to survive. Because, yeah, buddy, you're running out of people to hide behind, ya coward. Speaking of which, I'm going to actually shoot at this one because he hasn't moved yet. And because if I can rip off important bits of this mech, that'll make my life a lot easier. Because at the end of the day, that Viper is going to be fairly easy to kill. So, I need to... See, can I just shoot? Not you. Oh, the accuracy's so good. Yeah, turn all the accuracy fire on. I don't know if I hit him or not with that, but oh, there goes his machine gun ammo right there. So he's gone mostly up in smoke. Alright, so the Griffin's going to need to chill out, but you know what? Howl's up next, and Howl happens to have a very nice Gauss rifle. Sure, it's not super accurate anymore for obvious reasons, but it should hopefully do. I don't want to necessarily shoot my own people in the back, so I am going to attempt to sprint a little bit further forward. Yeah, that accuracy ain't great, but you know what? If I just hit him a couple of times, that should knock him over, and that'll help out quite a lot on your back, sir. So I have these Vipers mostly handled, it seems like. So minus a ton of initiative, that'll open things up for Mockingbird's Bushwhacker. They can then come sprinting on forward. Actually, Mockingbird's Bushwhacker go after anything Mockingbird's Bushwhacker wants. Could just pulse you. Let's find out. Pulse is good. Gauss Rifle's good. I'm going to multi-target. So you are getting some of this, and you are getting most of this. Because you're vulnerable, and I want you dead. Right. Yeah, that should work out. Fire everything you got. Managing to miss, unfortunately, with the Gauss Rifle by 15%, but the Pulse follow-up, yeah, should kill the the Viper. So we've got everything except the Viper and the Timberwolf taken care of, which, to be fair, when you tell somebody, I haven't yet taken care of the Timberwolf, you may want to reevaluate what you think is a big problem or not, because that's not a light thing to worry about. All right, we're going to swing on over here. Probably not going to use SRMs on this one. Never mind, we're going to use SRMs on this one. Activate them both. Only going to be using normal because we're out of listen kills. And see if we can't core out a Viper. There he goes. 100% of the primary target has been destroyed. We are down just to the reinforcements, which are, to be fair, packing a mech that is absolutely terrifying to have to deal with. So we're going to need high speed, low drag, maximum aggression. Right. I have 10 rounds of shooting left. Fire. Unfortunately, managed to miss with most of our, well, all of our large lasers, and Showboat is not really in a position to do anything in this round because she needs to chill out. So we're actually going to hide her just a little bit, get her into some cover, provide some ECM protection going down as well, get the temperature back under control, and apparently we won the runoff, so I'm going to reserve. That'll also give him master attack. I'm going to reserve until he gets to go. Buddy, I give it to you. Come towards me. Okay, he's going to shift very slightly in position, and that means the Griffin can now come in. We will have a direct line of sight on him. I don't know if he has an he does not have an electronic countermeasure system. Shut off all the medium lasers. I don't need it. Not yet. I got to keep the temperature under control. I'm not going to risk it too much. Single shot, managed to miss by 32%. That's fine. Next round, we will go full power on him and hopefully be able to absolutely crush him. Doesn't look like he has any kind of electronic countermeasure. Oh, no, he does. It's just that we didn't care. Or at least the Griffin didn't care. Yeah, we kind of care a little bit, but fire. Missing again with the Gauss rifle. Not doing well now that it's jammed, unfortunately. Fire gun in cluster mode has proven to be incredibly powerful. I wonder if I can get my hands on an actual silver bullet Gauss. Do they actually exist in this game? That is the truest of questions. 54%. If I switch over to normal, it'll be 30. So I'm going to go Inferno. And we're going to start laying on some heat, see if we can't get him under control that way. Yeah, plus 50 heat ought to be a bit of a problem for him to have to deal with in the somewhat near future. Especially if I can just keep ramping it up. Unfortunately, our other MML didn't actually unjam, so we're still going to have to wait a little bit on that one. Shut off the small pulse lasers, because not small pulse lasers, but the multi-shot pulse lasers. It doesn't look like we're going to hit anyway. All 3 shots missing is a bit of a disappointment at the 30% that I was kind of expecting. And Jester going to come in with the Gladiator. We're going to start running around the corner because I've got to get this Gladiator in close. Oh, for 95. Blitz him. Nailing him. Structure exposed already. Buddy, you should be afraid. All right, we're going to get the Hunchback moving on forward as well. We're just going to start laying into you because I've got the folks who can do it. 2 medium lasers and following up with a whole bunch of missiles. We're going to see if we can't cause a critical hit somewhere. Ideally, we don't actually want to kill or break anything on this mech. What we want to do is kill the pilot. Or get the pilot to eject, honestly. That would be ideal, but that's probably not going to happen, so we're just going to keep the fire down. After all, it is a Timberwolf, and we have most of a summoner on the field. Critted his, yeah, he did have ATMs and Infernos. So medium ER pulse lasers are currently equipped on him. The Burner Boy can probably not actually get within range to burn a boy. But that'll be fine. I'll let him get under temperature and blink him with a tag. Alright, and the fire is now fully under control. Finn gets to come right back up with the Burner Boy. And what I could really do, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to lay a sensor lock down. Because we're going to come full in on this guy. So sensor lock first of all, and then jump. I can get right here if I jumped. How about if I just ran? Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So I kind of want to get as close as I can. That looks like it's going to be it. This is slightly further away. You know what? The same range bracket. Way as well. So we're going to start torching you from behind. Get a little bit more heat on top of the target. Sensor lock should hopefully help everybody else out. And that did not shove him over the line like I had kind of hoped. Paradox. Arrow. Oh, yes, please. What was that? Everything? Yes, everything. Ba-boom, baby. So there goes his entire right torso. So hopefully that didn't cause too much damage to the Burner Boy, who was happening to stand fairly close to that target, actually. But I will be able to just continue to burn on into him, and I'm just going to cause all of the heat that I can, because heat is good. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Plus 95 more heat. Lots of engine criticals on that one. The pilot is feeling somewhat unsettled, as you might do. Let's see how the pilot wishes to respond. He will start to run away like a coward. Is that what it means to be a clanner these days? So yeah, he is definitely running away, and we are definitely pursuing. So we are going to be able to get a line of sight on him. We are going to be able to get a target into his back, of which, it's so tempting to see if we can't steal it. See if we can't steal it. Otherwise, I would have warlorded. So engine crit, overheated pilot injured, apparently. Oh, because of his heat systems. He probably has a cockpit which injures the pilot when the pilot takes overheat damage. How unfortunate for him. I kind of want to fire just the gas rifle. Kind of hoping for some crits here, so I can maybe get this pilot to bail. He's unsteady, he's lost his evasion, and he's feeling a tad stressed, as you do. Okay, at this point you've got basically nothing in your torso. I'm going to take an offensive push on him. I'm going to aim for this side torso over here. I'm going to... Sure, why not? I doubt anything's actually going to... Ooh, it did. Panicked, that's what I wanted. I'm hoping to go for another ejection. There's a lot of clan tech on the field, and I want all of it. Bushwhacker as well. Also going to take an offensive push on this one. We want to go for this side torso here. Shut off the Raker pulse lasers. We'll keep the gas rifle on. Missed by 30%. Maybe I should have fired the pulse lasers as well, because even if they had managed to hit, I don't think they actually would have killed him. Showboat! So Showboat also going to come on in. We have a shot with so many weapon systems. 54%, but it would totally kill you. It's too many missiles, man. Too many missiles. I'm going to see what I can do with an offensive push on this one. 14% across the board, plus 18. The goal is to not hit the center torso, so don't hit the center torso. Everything except the center torso? Yes, yes. Panicking the pilot. Make him want to bail. Back to the top.
Orders.
Burn the boys on the field. Jump! Because you still have frontal armor. In fact, you have frontal left armor as well, so I'm going to do that for the additional accuracy.
Jumping.
Surprise! You're offline now. Pilot ejected. That's most of that. Oh, that's good. Oh, the payday is good. See, the only mech that took a penetrating hit was that one lucky shot from the Shadowhawk, and there is a lot of intact mechs on the ground. Nothing that we can build, of course, but a lot of intact gear on the ground. Alright, let's take a look at what we managed to salvage. Now, we're working with the planetary government, but the planetary government didn't want squat. Alright, so it looks like the Grand Summoner is going to be different from a normal Summoner. Right. 70, they're both the same tonnage. What's the difference? It's a heavy class, traded. What's the difference? I don't know. So apparently it's GSMN versus the normal SMN for summoners. They're both 70-ton mechs. They're both Omnis, aren't they? Maybe not. Oh, it is. It says it's an Omni mech, but the information on what hardpoints it has does not match. And then, of course, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to Timberwolf. Okay. So we're not going to be able to steal any specific clan mechs today, which is a tad unfortunate. I would have loved to have done that. Is there worth their weight in gold? Right. Heatsink plus 4, which is pretty gosh darn huge. Whole ton of double heatsinks. I don't think I want the double heatsink kit. I think that, like, I know what I just said. Yeah, I should grab the one, because the clan... My only concern is I may not run into enough... Oh, and a Nova CEWS, a combined electronic warfare system. Right. Oh, which is better? It weighs 1.5 tons, and it's a warfare suite. And it's a C3 network unit? Oh my god, this is amazing. Right, so this is all the benefits of a warfare suite at half the weight, plus a C3 network unit. But all of this gear is so good... I don't know what to do. I think we get rid of the exchanger, maybe. We grab the CEWS. Now I know, we want to take the clan parts so badly. But you know what? The gear will get us further, because it's hard to get clan mechs. And it's not enough to get a clan mech. So we managed to get our hands on 1, 2, 3 parts of the Grand Summoner, which is great. 2 parts of the Outer Prime, and then 2 parts of the Timberwolf. That's actually really good. So we're in a position to get another Timberwolf or get a Grand Summoner, whichever one we actually happen to run into. Got a piece of the Viper, got a Guardian ECM, which is useless, a pair of double heatsinks to go along with our... Did I dump the double heatsink kit? Wait. Did I take a double heatsink instead of the double heatsink kit? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I may have been the maximal dumb. Yep. Oh well. My concern was that I wouldn't have any Clan double heatsinks in order to actually utilize this system. I have 2 though, but we have 2 Clan XL engines, it's fine. Having 2 Clan XLs will propel us much further because it will allow me to make my mechs even better. You know that Warhammer? Well, we can free up even more tonnage on it if we want. And I'll probably end up doing that because that'll be a really nice pickup. But we now know that we can take on a 4-skull Clan 2 Lance mission and survive, which is pretty gosh darn cool. So yeah, the Warhammer... I'm going to be honest, the Warhammer didn't have as huge of an effect on the battle as well, no, that's not true at all. As long as the Gauss rifle was able to fire in cluster mode, the Warhammer had a massive effect in just setting people off their kilter, which was very helpful. So, we ran into a Grand Summoner, a Rifleman 2C, a Timberwolf, a second Summoner. So we're talking about 4 heavy mechs here. 4 Clan heavy mechs, and we kicked their butt. Alright, 12 days and 67,178. We may be a little bit under cash, I think. Oh no, okay, we're good. We're just barely. That mission did make it so that we were just good enough. How bad's the repair? Not as bad as you'd think, but not great. So of course, y'all go to the top. It would be easier to do that. So the Griffin is going to be 5 days, Shadowhawk another 3 days, which is kind of surprising to me considering the Shadowhawk needs a replacement internal components. The Bushwhacker's another 3 days, Hunchback in 2 days, and the Burner Boy and the Nova only took a very little bit of damage. That ain't bad at all. In fact, our pilot's going to be ready for a turnaround very soon. We've got Argo upgrade for the arcade coming in 14 days, which is lovely. And let's do a quick check of the store. Check out the faction. Although I'm kind of surprised Klein Wolf is out here because we're not exactly anywhere up north, but the Tortuga faction shop is still around. Apparently they ran into Vulpes and Stalkers. Apparently a lot of Vulpes. In fact, you can build 2 Vulpes out of the parts that are just sitting there right now. In terms of ballistics, we've got a heavy Gauss ammo, which I already have 2 tons of, so I'm not feeling super in need of buying. Rack 5 ammo, a Thumper ammo, save for... A bull shark could utilize some of that. Plasma rifle and plasma. Oh, really? I wish I could afford you so much. Plasma rifles and plasma cannons and plasma weapons are so good because of the heat that they generate. The Clan ones are the best, but at least I think they're the best. Heavy HMRM ammunition plus 3 heat per. That might not actually be worth it compared to the ones we're currently packing. How much cash do I have? I am 200,000 above. Acid, thermobolts. You know what? I'm going to buy a little bit more heavy MRM ammo just in case. You never know when you're going to need it. And we're still good on that. No support systems. No jump jets. A couple of fusion cores we don't want. Well, we could want the 270, but... And yeah, that's about it. Slick Sweet's interesting, but I'm not about to pay for that. A UAV would be really cool to have. They weigh 0.25 tons, and they launch out and give you basically a sensor ping at 250. I'm going to buy that. I'm in fact going to buy 2 of those. Give me 2 of them. Yeah, I know that's going to put me under in the bankruptcy, but you know what? We're fine because we're going to be able to turn around another mission very soon. See, we have 8 days before the end of the month. We're pretty close to our target. All of our mechs, well, actually, no, not all of our mechs. Ooh, mistake of mine. Right, the Warhammer refit. Please tell me it's not going to be like 5 days. Actually, turn this around really fast if I just left the Warhammer behind. I do have the mechs. 3-day repair on this Silver Bull Gauss rifle. This Gauss rifle, when fired in cluster mode, is fantastic. But yeah, as you can see, the Warhammer right here is using a standard engine. So if I were to come around and say at some point, go grab a Clan XL engine, throw that sucker in there, that'd free up 8 tons. Do you know what you could do with 8 more tons on a Warhammer? And I'm just saying. But for just this much, you could throw on... Crap. I don't have another silver bullet Gauss rifles. But yeah, you could throw on a second pirate silver bullet Gauss rifle, which would be amazing. In fact, if I was willing to do something like... yeah, something just like this. I could go straight up with twin Gauss rifle. I probably would never do that, but the option to suddenly grab 8 tons on our Warhammer, well, it's most certainly there, and that will be really, really fun. Our Warhammer right now is very interesting. I really like the look of it. I think we've got a very cool looking design. It kind of reminds me actually of a summoner, which I do like summoners. Not gonna lie. But yeah, we do need to patch up that cannon. It's gonna take us 3 days, unfortunately. As long as it's dented, it will be less accurate, which was one of the reasons why I kept missing all of the time. But yeah, we're gonna need to spend about 4,320 C-bills in order to patch that sucker up, and then we'll be able to get it back online. I may take a mission in the meantime. I do have enough mechs to do it after all. In fact, I had to figure out if I wanted to leave behind the Shadehawk or the Wolverine, and I just... or both, and I decided to leave them both behind in exchange for the Burner Boy, which honestly was a good idea, because the Burner Boy was able to come in there and just barbecue everybody. It was rather beautiful. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. I have been Turek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos. Press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.